January 27th, 1945. A day that marks both the end of a nightmare and the beginning of a long journey of remembrance. The Soviet army, advancing through Nazi-occupied Poland, reached the gates of Auschwitz, the largest and most notorious of the death camps. For over 5 years, Auschwitz had been a place of unimaginable horror. More than 1.1 million people, mostly Jews, were murdered within its walls. Gas chambers, medical experiments, forced labor, and starvation. It was a place designed for one purpose only: to kill. As the Soviet troops entered the camp, they were met with a scene of devastation. The Nazis, knowing their defeat was near, had tried to cover their tracks. They had forced the remaining prisoners on a death march toward Germany, leaving behind only a few thousand starving, sick, and dying survivors. The liberators found emaciated bodies, broken souls, and the remnants of humanity. The survivors, some too weak to even stand, could hardly comprehend what had just happened. For them, liberation was a bittersweet moment. They had been freed, but they were now the living witnesses of an atrocity too immense to fully grasp. The Soviet soldiers, in disbelief at what they encountered, could hardly find words. They found traces of the horrors, piles of personal belongings, gas chambers, and crematoriums still standing as silent witnesses. They understood they were not just liberating a camp, they were uncovering a history that needed to be told. Auschwitz was no longer a place of death, but the scars of its legacy remain etched in the hearts of those who survived and the memories of those who didn't. The liberation marked the end of Nazi rule in Auschwitz, but the story of those lost there, the millions who never made it out, would never be forgotten. Today, on January 27th, we remember the survivors. We remember the victims. And we vow to ensure the world never forgets the lessons of Auschwitz.